everyone, it's Jules and welcome to Jules Reads. I am going to do a recap of what I read in December. So I read 9 books, which is actually quite a lot for me, but there is a couple mangas in here, but normally I don't read that much, but I actually think doing this YouTube thing has helped me reach some of my goals. Just kind of keep me a little more accountable and tracking wise. I'm really loving that part of it. But I will start off with the 2 I liked the least, and they are the mangas. So I started reading Blood on the Tracks, Volume 1, where I read it, and I really liked it. It had a cliffhanger ending, and I was like, ooh, this could be something for me. And then I read Volume 2. Nope. It got so disturbing real quick, and I can't do it. It's definitely check the trigger warnings if you want to read this, but this manga series is not for me. It's a very disturbing psychological horror. The mother is a monster. So she looks so sweet and innocent in the drawings, but no, I can't do it. So I do not recommend this series. Not for, I guess, if you have similar reading taste to me. I like horror books. Stephen King is my favorite author, but this one is just too much for me. So the next ones, they're in no particular order. I don't know that I had a standout. I didn't have a 5-star, I don't think, this month. But Richard Osman's The Thursday Murder Club. I listened to this on audio. I think I gave it a 3. I have heard that the sequels are much better, and some, even the latest one, are raving about it. It's been a favorite of Book of the Year for some people. So I don't know that I'll continue on just because I do have so many books to read, but I gave it a 3. I did find the characters really lovable. It takes place, it is kind of like it's not senior housing, but it's like a community senior, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's like people in around their 70s age-wise, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Only Murders in the Building, that TV show, because they're solving crimes, murders, cold cases kind of thing. So I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the characters. I don't know that I'll go back to the series. I'm not much of a series person either, but I liked it. It was fine. And then I read Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. This was fun. There is also some trigger warnings in this if you're familiar with A Man Called Ove, kind of the similar trigger warnings that I would give for that one. But I really enjoyed it. Fredrik Backman has a way of making really annoying characters lovable. I don't know how he does it, but just the way he writes his characters is so fun. So there is some annoying characters that you love in here. And this is about a bank robbery gone wrong. And there is a little bit of a shock or twist in here that was fun that I was not expecting. And so, yeah, it's about a group of characters that are kind of held hostage in this open house at an apartment by the bank robber. And then it's about the 2 detectives solving the case. So I would really like to go back and watch the TV adaptation of this. That would be fun. So I think it's on Netflix, but I think I gave this a 3 or a 4. I might have given this a 4. I do like this better than the Thursday Murder Club. So let's just say it's a 4. I don't really keep track of my ratings, but that one was fun. And Fredrik Backman might become one of my favorite all-time authors because I did love Man Called Ove, but I need to read more from him to establish that. And then I read The River We Remember by William Kent Kruger, and I did the audio for this, and I cannot give much of a review because I was so distracted when I was listening to it. I think I was working. So I realized I cannot work and listen to an audiobook at the same time. I do have to do an audio when I'm driving or walking, but not when I'm working. So I can't really even say too much about this. I'm going to have to reread it. So I don't even know if I should count it as read, but I did. What I did hear of it and paid attention to, I liked. So William Kent Kruger, one of my favorite books of the year was Ordinary Grace, and he wrote that. So, but this is his newest one that came out in September. Then we have Breakfast at Tiffany's by Truman Capote. I did listen to this one on audio. and it is this the one that's narrated? This is narrated by Michael C. Hall. I get Michael C. Hall, his name, mixed up with the guy that was in all the 80s Brat Pack movies. That's Anthony Michael Hall. There you go. Okay, Michael C. Hall, Dexter. He narrates this. Really great writing. My only issue with the book is just some racism that I was like, oh, and even the movie, I was like, why do they have that actor portraying that character? I don't know. There is some problematic things in the book and the movie, but I did watch the movie after I read this, and they did flip-flop some things in the movie. I suppose some of the things that they had Holly Golightly do in the book, they had the guy do in the movie. I suppose back then for the movie it would have been a little too risky to have her do that. So I did enjoy it. I enjoy Truman Capote's writing, and there is a new TV show coming out, Capote and something. It's a feud show, like, I don't know. Never mind. Just, you know. I don't, no you don't. I don't know. Who are you? So I have one in here. I guess I read 10 books this month. That's huge for me. I had a good reading month. But I don't have the actual book in my hand. It is downstairs in my husband's library, but I read A Christmas Carol, and I did it on audio, and it was narrated by Hugh Grant. That was fun. And it's a really quick audiobook. I did really like it. And we watched several versions of A Christmas Carol on TV. So that was fun to read that. I had never read any Charles Dickens before. So that was great. I liked it. And then, and then I read Heartstopper Volume 4. I did just pick up the new volume I'm so excited about. I was in Barnes & Noble and I forgot that it was coming out, and I saw it. I think I squealed a little bit out loud in the store. But this, if you don't know about Heartstopper, it's a graphic novel, and it's about a young queer boy love, and it's just so precious and heartwarming, and I don't know, it's so good. Like, look at the back and the stickers. It's so good. It's so wholesome. Complete opposite of Blood on the Tracks. So this is my style of manga or graphic novel I prefer, I think. But I'm loving this series, and I'll read volume 5 here soon, coming up. And then I listened to The Dutch House by Ann Patchett, and this is narrated on audio by Tom Hanks, and he can narrate anything. He can narrate the telephone book to me, and that would be entertaining. So I loved this book. This might be one of my favorites, or this next one I'm going to mention. These two are probably my favorites, so I guess I'm going in a little bit of order here. But this is The Dutch House by Ann Patchett. It is about siblings, a brother and a sister, kind of growing up, and their mom kind of abandons them, and then their dad remarries, and so it's about kind of their stepmom and the relationship with their stepmom, and then how she treats them after a certain thing happens. I don't want to give too much away, but so they kind of go from very wealthy to not so wealthy, and it's about their relationship and how a little bit of codependency that they are on each other, especially the brother to the sister. So I really liked this book and this relationship, and I would love to read another Ann Patchett book soon. So then probably between these two are my favorites for December. So Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. This is a small little book. I don't know if all her books are this small, but the last one I read by her, called Foster, is also really small. I love how they are really matching and same size. I loved Foster. I read it this year, and probably one of my favorite books of the year. And this is Small Things Like These. This I can't give too much away either. And in the back, I definitely would read the back after, what is it called? A note on the text, it says, So definitely read that after you read the book, because that opened my eyes a little bit as to what was going on in the book. It is loosely based on true story or true events that happened in Ireland dealing with the Catholic Church and their treatment of some women. So love this book. Claire Keegan is probably going to be a favorite author of mine. If I read one more book and I love it like I have these two, she will definitely be a favorite author. So I love this book as well. So overall, a successful reading month, and discovered some things I don't like about manga, so that's good. If you have any advice on mangas or graphic novels to read that you think I would like based on liking Heartstopper, let me know. But yeah, so that is my December wrap-up. Read 10 books. That's huge for me. That's definitely winning in my brain. So, good job. Good job. Okay. All right, thanks for being here so much, and I hope you had a good reading month. If you have a favorite from December that you read, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to get some ideas on what I could be reading in the future. Thanks for watching.